Okay, some person, the idea can arise from one person, but the work is done as a team, and so collaboration is another skill. Critical thinking, rightly said. So these are all the aims developed by the IB and the scientific study that will help you to grow. Let's quickly go, and we see that any scientific study, okay, is done by the practical approach. In the school, especially in the IB, you are going to design investigations all by yourself. Okay, it's not that I know there are other curriculums where you will be given the aim. Correct me if I'm wrong, Sakshi, Ria, and Siddesh, Soham. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You are given the aim in the experiments. You are given the apparatus. You're taken to the lab and you are told that this is what you have to do, this is the procedure, and get for us the what do you call, the conclusion. Okay, write your observation and write your conclusion and give it to us. Am I right, Siddesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, but here in IB, the difference is that you develop your own scientific skills and you design investigations all by yourself. Okay, and it's not an easy task. Designing investigation is not an easy task. It's just that I told you we all have scientific attitude in us. We just have to bring it out of it, right? Out of us. Okay, how do we do that? Why practical approach? Because when you hear, you tend to forget. When you see, you remember, but when you do, you understand. That's why this approach is taken up by the at WGS in IBDP Sciences. Okay, now let me bring to you how this is done, right from a layman to the scientists who are working in the labs today, in the research labs, in the research and development labs, where they are working towards, getting in vaccine for COVID. Okay, as simple as that, most relevant topic. But you will see that they all follow one, they all are following a particular method. Okay, so in IB you are given an opportunity to explore that method, where I have not seen in other curriculums. I've seen in IB that students are given this opportunity to explore this particular scientific method. Let's see what that method is. Okay, I'm just playing a video. Tell me if you can hear it.
No sound, ma'am.
No sound, right? Just give me a minute. I think I'll have to reshare it. Okay. Now?
Yes, ma'am.
Lazzaro Spallanzani was an Italian scientist. He carried out an investigation about bats in the 1790s. This investigation well illustrates the basic steps of the scientific method. Let's see how the investigation was done. One day, Spallanzani observed some flying bats carefully.
The bats are interesting. They can fly and avoid hitting any objects in the dark. Their eyes are small, but their ears are very big.
A question came to Spallanzani's mind.
How can bats avoid hitting any objects in the dark?
Spallanzani suggested a reasonable answer to his question. This answer, which tries to explain what is observed, is called a hypothesis.
My hypothesis is, bats rely on their sense of hearing to avoid hitting objects in the dark.
Before testing his hypothesis, Spallanzani predicted what the expected results will be if his hypothesis is correct.
If I block the ears of a bat with wax, so that the bat loses the sense of hearing, then the bat will hit objects when it flies.
Spallanzani tested his hypothesis by doing experiments. He prepared 2 bats. The ears of one of the bats were not blocked. This was the experimental group. The ears of the other bat were blocked with wax. This was the control group. Spallanzani then released the bats one by one into a dark room with some bells hanging in it. He observed that the experimental group could avoid hitting the bells. However, the other bat with its ears blocked hit the bells. Spallanzani found that the experimental results matched his prediction. His hypothesis was supported. Then he made a conclusion.
I conclude that bats rely on their sense of hearing to avoid hitting objects in the dark.
From Spallanzani's investigation, can you point out the basic steps of the scientific method? The steps are making observations, asking a question, proposing a hypothesis, making a prediction, testing the hypothesis, and drawing a conclusion.
All right, children. I hope you have understood, most of you have understood something from the video, right? The experiment was quite simple. He has conducted and he got to draw some conclusion. All right. And there was some itching question in his mind. Okay. And he came up with a hypothesis. So this is how science works. Look at this. First, you observe wherever you're just thinking about it or seeing around you, and you observe. You see something, then some doubt comes to your mind, or an inquiry comes to your mind, or a question comes to your mind. Okay, you write that question, and then what do? That is defining a question. Identify the problem, right? How many of you agree when I say that there are problems that exist on this earth? Or everything is goody-goody?
There are problems.
Of course, there are problems. Yes. So we see the current problem, the current issue on earth is, across the globe is?
COVID.
COVID. All right. So let's take this example and here. Define or identify the problem. Simplest, okay? Any investigation works like this, children. Any investigation. Okay, yesterday I was attending the language literature session, and you all told Deepika ma'am that you all love to read crime investigations, yes, and some horror stories. So you get to see in crime investigations how the scene is created, how it is investigated. Sushant Singh Rajput's death, my God, last year it was in the news, right? Day and night we used to hear about it. How the problem is solved. There was that the investigation had been carried on, and how the problem. This is the method. What they do is this. They observe, they identify the problem, what is the problem, then they form a hypothesis. Means it's a wise guess they do. Okay, wise guess. Like maybe Riya Chowdhury, what is her name? Riya? What was Sushant Rajput's girlfriend's name?
Riya Chakravarti.
Riya Chakravarti. Thank you so much. Riya is the culprit. Okay. Maybe the first observation, the first hypothesis. Then they make observations. Where was she? What was she doing at that time? Where was Sushant Singh Rajput? Okay, what happened and all that. Then they organize. Look at the arrows, please. Then they organize their data. Then they start thinking, they start analyzing the data. Okay, was she really here? Was she really there? Okay. Did she do something, or did she give or hand over something to Sushant Rajput at that moment? So they analyze whether it is true or no. Then what do after they analyze? If their hypothesis is yes, then they draw conclusion that Ria is the culprit and they bring it to the media. Communication. Are you getting this? The simplest, relevant example I could think of.
Yes, ma'am.
If, for
Got it.
example, they feel that no, the data is not matching, then if the hypothesis says no, no support, no evidence, what do? They again go back to try out next experiment. Here you can see the all arrows, follow the arrows. They go back to try out new experiments or new investigation. Again they reach out to this particular process. Okay, yeah, they will form a next hypothesis saying that, all right, Sushant's friend, what was his name? It was one of his friend, no, who was interrogated so badly. Okay, so they come to the conclusion. Now again they draw the hypothesis. That person, maybe Sushant's friend is the culprit, or Sushant's cook is the culprit, or Sushant's driver is the culprit. Okay, so they just form hypothesis, make observations, organize their data, come up, if they support the, if it is supporting, they, with the evidences, they have strong evidences to support their hypothesis, then they draw conclusion and they communicate to the world. Similarly, in the labs, the same thing is happening. COVID, what is happening in COVID situation? Can somebody relate this with the COVID situation?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please.
So first, we have to define and identify the problems of the COVID.
Okay.
Then from the hypothesis, we make the observations of for the and the reactions from COVID-19.
Okay.
Then we do the experiments and observation to support our hypothesis.
Okay.
If the experiments were successful to make a vaccine, then yes, and the conclusion is drawn. And if vaccine was not made successfully, new experiment, we try a new experiment.
Absolutely. And then they communicate, right? If it works out, then they
We
communicate to
communicate.
the world. Right, right.
Yes.
Okay, very good, Lomesh. This is how science works. Okay, simple steps: make an observation, ask a question, propose a hypothesis, test that hypothesis, draw the conclusion, then you communicate. So remember these steps. This is how science works. So if you are opting for any of the group 4 sciences or all the group 3 subjects in group 4 sciences, then you are going to have a practical approach at WGS, and this is how it works. Fine. All right. Now, as you mentioned earlier, that there are problems that exist on the earth, you know about sustainable development goals. It's not only problem in our house or in our society or in our community or in our country. It is the problem across the globe. Fine. We will look at global issues. And when you look at global issues as a experimental sciences student, you will develop certain attributes while you are studying IB curriculum, and you will start looking at the global issues. Okay, and you can see the video which I showed you about the plastic. Can you relate to the goals given by the UN, United Nations? Yes, these are the problems. UN has come up with the global issues, 17 goals, sustainable development goals, and they're looking at working towards it. Okay, so identify, it falls, the plastic recycling falls under or is a solution to which of the problem?
Ma'am, it can be climate action.
It can
And
be climate action. Okay, okay.
And goal number 9 also, innovation and infrastructure.
Ma'am, goal number 7 also.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, Sakshi, what do
Even
you
the
say?
6.
Sorry, 6, clean water and sanitation. All right, Sakshi, what about you? Ria, Sakshi, can you relate recycling plastic with one of the global issues here? Ria?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, anybody else want to try? You can type in the chat box, children. If you're, you don't want to mute yourself and talk, you can type in the chat box. Okay, looking at these global issues, most of it said climate action, life on land. You have, what did you say, Jiza? Innovation, right? Innovation. So when you look
Yes, ma'am.
at these, you as a science student will develop, or as an IB learner, I must say, will develop these particular attributes. Okay, these attributes will help you to look at the global issues. Fine. All right, here is a quick activity. Let me see who will be the first one to type the order, the correct order of the scientific method in the chat box. And Deepa ma'am, you will help me out in checking the chat, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, come on, kids. Use the numbers 1 to 6 and tell me the correct order. Let's see who will do it first and who will do it right. You have seen the video, you have seen the steps, you have given me an example. Somebody who wants to share also can tell me. Are there any answers, Deepa ma'am?
No, ma'am, not yet. I'm still waiting for the response.
Oh, is it taking long for you to think?
Ma'am, many of the DP1 students, they told they want to study sciences.
Yeah.
Ma'am, Prashant mentioned identify the problem to the study and then make a hypothesis and an experimental prediction. Riddhi is saying 2, 4, 3, 1, 6, 5.
2.
Okay, this
No,
is
that was
mentioned by
Deepika.
Deepika ma'am. Deepika ma'am mentioned 2, 4, 3, 1, 6, 5.
Okay.
And then Riddhi is saying 4, 5, 3, 1, 6, 2.
Hmm.
And
How many of
Jiza mentioned 4, 6, 2, 3, 1, 5.
Very good. Very good, Jiza.
Lomash mentioned 4, 6, 2, 3, 1, 5.
Okay, great.
Same.
It is actually a little confusing because like,
Yeah.
there are no alphabets to match it. That's why.
Yes, and Soham has also given the same answer like your Lomash 4, 6, 3, 1, 2, 5. Very nice. What about Siddesh, Ria, Rehan?
Sitesh, come on. Okay, that's wonderful. Let me go quickly to the next one. Here. This is the last activity, children. Cheryl's mom works third shift, so she sleeps during the day. Cheryl and her friends, they like to listen to loud music after school, but they don't want to disturb Cheryl's mom. Put the step number next to each step of the scientific method. Nirmal sir, I'm sorry for overshooting the time.
No, absolutely fine, ma'am. The method that you have just shared with them, I'm just wondering, they are all going to do diploma. It's not pen, paper, book learning science. Students understand you have to get into the fold of observation and what ma'am has been reiterating now.
Right. I'm done, sir. This is the last thing. Let me see whoever will give the first answer and the right answer will just declare.
I think Rihan has given the answer for the first slide, previous slide,
Okay.
and he has mentioned 463215.
Right. You're right, Rehan. Come on, at least the sciences students should be able to do it quickly. MYP5 students should be able to do. Siddesh, I'm very sure you will be able to do it. Sakshi, Riya, Soham. Are you all trying? Soham, Siddesh, Sakshi, Riya,
Yes,
Rehan.
ma'am.
Trying. Very good. Very good. I know it's not easy. Should I just hold on otherwise? Nirmal sir?
Yes, fine.
Right? Maybe I can...
No, actually, ma'am, it's okay. We started the session a little late. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm sure you have some objective to make these activities, and they should understand, become familiar with what all group 4 all about. So please go ahead.
This is just a real life problem, you know, which we see. It's not a scientific problem. It's a general problem that exists.
Correct.
So just place it in order. That's okay if one or two goes haywire.
Yes, children, I'm waiting for your response.
Or maybe we'll do it this way, Deepa ma'am. Instead of waiting, who can tell me what could be the first one? Yeah.
Ma'am,
I
first
think
one
the
will be
third
that one day when her mom isn't sleeping, Shirley tries the experiment.
Okay, that would be the first one.
Ma'am, I think the third one is the first.
Cheryl wonders how quickly she and her friends can play music without disturbing her mom. Okay, yes. Then
Ma'am, then the
Then
sixth
the
one.
fifth one.
which one?
Sixth one.
6-1. Okay, fine. Then
No, I
Ma'am,
think I'm sorry, but it should be the first one.
but okay, she's planning there.
Ma'am, I think the third one should be the first one.
Yes, third one is the first one. After that,
ma'am, he has mentioned 3, then 6, then 2, 1, 5, 8, 4, 7.
okay, 5, 8 and 7.
5, 8, 4, 7. Yes.
5, 8 and 4, 7. Okay, who else? Who else? Anyone else? Riddhi has mentioned in the chat box, right?
Yes, ma'am. She answered in chat box.
Okay. Anyone who disagrees with Riddhi?
Ma'am, I think first one will be the second one, like which is in the first one, it will be the second one. No, ma'am. The second one will be the second one, and the first one will be the third one.
Okay, Lomish, can you put it in the chat box, dear? First and second, when you're saying, you know, I'm just jumping from 1, 2, and, you know, I'm also getting confused. Just put it in the chat box. Anybody else? Agree, disagree to what Riddhi said? Nandini? Prashant? Riya? Come on, you all are scientific minds. All right, you can go ahead and try in this. Until then, I will just move on to the next one. These are the facilitators here who will be training you to take up, to, you know, get you excelled in the group 4 experimental sciences. And along with these three eminent people here, I am one of them. I'll be taking up bio here, and Bhavna is another one who will be taking ESS. Ma'am is already included in group 3, right? Then we have testimonials. Jiza, if you could quickly, Jiza and Lomish can unmute yourself and testify for group 4 sciences. Thank you. Switch on your video, Star.
Yes, ma'am. Just a minute.
Lomish, are you ready?
Ma'am, am I visible? Hello, ma'am.
I am sorry, I cannot see you. Deepa
You're
ma'am, is
visible.
Lomish
You're
visible?
visible.
Yes, ma'am. Lomish is visible.
Right. Yes, Lomish, go ahead.
So I will begin. Hello everyone, I'm Lomesh Sharma. Currently, I am a DP2 student at Wockhardt Global School. Before choosing IB, I was a student of CIE, which is better known as Cambridge Educations or British Curriculum. The main difference which I personally experienced and felt between the both of the boards was the approach towards the teaching. I think IB prepares you a bit better for university education. As a Group 4 student, the mandatory components such as individual investigation and internal assessment plays a key role attaining skills to solve issues that exist on the planet. And freedom is also given to the student to select the topic of their own choice or their own interest with, and it should be the within the boundaries of the subject and the topic for which you are most curious and would like to investigate about. I personally feel that all of this is helping me to develop skills and to be an internationally minded person with the attributes that enable me to be a caring citizen and contributing towards the betterment of the society.
Thank you, Lomish. Yeah, Jiza?
Yes, ma'am. Am I visible?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, hello everyone. I'm Jiza Jadhav. I'm from DP2 and I've been studying biology since my MYP3. And let me tell you, it's actually been really awesome. IB has much more scope for practicals, where we get to design our own investigations and draw conclusions with which you can actually learn how the things work. I'm aiming to give the NEET exam, and in my experience as a biology HL student, I found that we cover the NEET syllabus pretty easily with the regular IB syllabus. IB biology is so different because the students not only gain theoretical knowledge but also perform practicals by designing experiments where we learn how to plan, execute, reflect, and enhance our investigative skills. We are even taught to think about it from a different ethical perspective, which makes it a character of the student to act on moral grounds at all times. IB biology has its perks that allow a student to develop critical and creative thinking, which are the 21st century skills, essentials in today's world. Thanks to the program, I feel that I am really getting ready to face the world and the challenges.
Thank you. Thank you, Jiza. Student Sufyan is not with us today to testify, so apologies. And this is something called bibliography, where if you enter IB world, I think you will develop this attitude of, giving credit or acknowledging everything that you do or you take up or you refer to. Okay, this is citation. This is also called citing the sources which you have referred. So these are the ones which I have referred to create this presentation, and I acknowledge them. And I actually had reflection in mind. I wanted you to tell me what are the three things you learned from this session, two questions you have, and one opinion you can give from your end. Okay, but now since we are running short of time, I will just drop this reflection idea. Thank you so much for joining in, and I only hope that you all be with us and be and join us in the IB family and join the IB community. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Vichitra
ma'am.
ma'am, for the wonderful session.
Thank you, Deepa ma'am.
Yeah.
I'll just stop my share screen.
Yes, ma'am, not a problem. Student, I request you to stay back, and for others, thank you everyone for presenting today. This is the end of today's session, that is day 3 session, and tomorrow we will meet again sharp at 9 a.m. with Mr. Akbar's session on group 5 mathematics. And I just wanted to say this also, that from day 1 till now we have covered so many things, and children, you must have understood about the core elements, that is extended essay, TOK, and CAS, and the groups that we have covered today from group 1 to group 4. And after attending these session, you must have cleared, or the doubt must have cleared, that yes, what are there in these groups and what are the subjects available in these groups, and you can opt accordingly. So you can
Ma'am,
stay back for a minute.
ma'am, 28th Bhavna ma'am's university counseling session is there. So
Yes,
she will
sir.
be again visiting all the subject groups, and she will be sharing a lot of things about possible
Current
subject
options.
combinations and what all university pathways. Even those of you are looking for a plan B, like appearing for a NEET, JE, and CET and all that. So there will be a lot of inputs given from Mahesh sir as well, and so you'll have again further clarity on the subject choices. And yes, this is all about. And I think yes, just a small announcement. DP2 students, Akbar sir is actually waiting for you. He was under he was unaware that the program has taken a little more time today. So DP2 students, please, I would request you may leave, be relaxed for another 5-10 minutes and join the class sharp by 12:15. Sir has posted it in the group. So please, DP2 students, please rush for your maths class. And fine, I think this is regarding, we'll have a culmination around the session that will be on 28th, that will be on Friday. Okay, so it is one of the practices in IB that when you have attended some sessions, you participated, you learned something, you did something, you acquired some skills, and like just now Vichitra ma'am had put certain things, tools as a reflection. So three things in my mind, then two things that gave me kind of a wow feeling, and so on. So culmination is more about like in your last 5 days of journey, how you have like found it, anything beneficial, anything that you found boring. You should be very honest with your feelings. So so therefore the present the DP1 students, those of you the prospective students, and our in-house students also, like I can see Riddhi, then Digvijay, then Nandini, Anushka, everyone, Prashant, and of course the newcomers. So I would request you all to stay back for another 5 more minutes. I want Deepa ma'am, I want Vichitra ma'am and Deepika ma'am to be with us, and then quickly we can have a discussion about how to go about your culmination round, and then we can leave. So if we can have all the TP1 students, I would request if you guys can on your camera so that we can interact with each other. Yes, Nandini, Siddhesh, Soham. Yes. So Digvijay, yes. So guys, how to go about a reflection on, you will be given 40 minutes time. You will be given 40 minutes time. So if you, I would suggest you all can make a division of work. So for 5 minutes, maybe you can do perform or do something. Maybe you can also do something like maybe if it is a group work, maybe 3-4 of you can come together and can present something. So how do you want to go about? Any ideas, any suggestions? Then we'll come to Deepika ma'am and Vichitra ma'am, and then of course Deepa ma'am. And what you guys have in mind, like how to make a reflection? Maybe some MYP 5 pass out guys can initiate, and then we'll come to Siddhesh and Riya and Soham and this Sakshi and all. Guys, a little quick. Well, what do you think? How you can do some reflections about all the core elements, about maybe about IB diploma overall, and see, you can be very honest. Like you can if you have found it not very beneficial, you have found it it's one of the very good structured program, whatever comes to your mind. So be honest. That's absolutely fine. So how to go about it? I think Rajgopalan sir is also there. Sir, please let us listen to them, and let's see if we can get something done from their end.
Sir, so basically we need to write a reflection about this program.
Reflection about, okay. You can have multiple things, not only about reflection. Okay, reflection can be one. What else we can have? How about taking up some quick action and showing it to the audience? Any small action, maybe just think what sort of action, like during this COVID period, what sort of action you can take, like. So I think you have got some familiarity with CAS, then about, like I remember Raj sir was telling about like action, then activity, then service, and even today Vichitra ma'am was telling about like do not forget your contribution to the society, right? The social impact of your profession. So I am sure from you guys are going to become professionals when you complete your university education. So what sort of action you are going to take? Some chota mota action. Think about it. So reflection can be one. Okay, what else?
We can have a video.
We can have a video. Okay, good. What else? Ryan, any ideas from your end? What we can do? Riya, Sakshi. Fine, we can have video. Anything? Any other thing, Prashant? Today these people are not there. Anushka and Digvijay is there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Ajay is there.
Nandini, Anushka, Ajay, switch on your videos.
So
Siddesh was
I
there.
think.
Nice to see.
Yes,
Siddesh
ma'am.
was my student, sir.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Great, sir.
Siddesh and Sakshi.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Nice to see
How are
you.
you, Siddesh? So nice to see you.
Same here, ma'am.
Great, great, great. So I think we will definitely keep one small uh, mm, section on reflection. We can have one video, one or two videos on whatever you want to speak. You have already seen that maybe you whatever is your understanding about the IB diploma or about IB as international baccalaureate. So you can do that. What else? We have got only two ideas. What else we can have?
Sir, we could write a blog.
You can write a blog. Okay. No, but the thing is, on Friday when you get the last session, like today, Vichitra ma'am was taking the last session. Okay. So last session it will start something around 10:45, 10:50 like that. So you have to wind up by 11:30, unless otherwise the previous session gets elongated. So assuming the previous session gets over by say as per its normal time, so you should start sharply by 10:40, 10:45, and you should wind up by 11:40, 25 or so. So in that 40 minutes time, what can you showcase? What can you market? Socho. What can you sell? Have you
Sir,
seen
so
a guy selling on the street? ले लो भैया ले लो 10 रुपए में ले लो. So what can you actually sell about what have you understood? How can you sell yourself? Batao. So I have got
sir,
only
we
two ideas.
sir, we could like in the video we could show our discussion about IBDP.
Okay. Okay. So make a combination of the students who have joined you and the in-house students. Don't only go back to your old friendship and only I will see Prashant with Ajay or like that. So make a combination of your class. Okay. Any other thing that comes to your mind?
Sir, for the all newbies and the people of DP1, we can have a podcast including teachers discussing about how much did we learn, introducing ourselves,
Oh, great,
getting familiar with each other.
great.
That can be
Okay.
recorded and
Fine, but only thing is when you are taking the teachers, just you need to find that time when they are available. And Deepika ma'am, I would request you like if they can first come back to you. Like I think you have already got a
Sure.
WhatsApp group. Huh?
Yes, sir.
So because see what happens is every faculty will be busy with some or other work, so that's fine, but they will definitely make them available. Unless otherwise they are extremely busy, they will definitely make themselves available. So that can be done. Okay,
Definitely, sir.
fine. So mainly we're talking about reflections, videos, then about your introduction. Yes, maybe in your introduction you guys can make a few indicators what you want to introduce about yourself. Maybe something you are good at, something that is special in you, whatever indicators you decide. So those indicators you can speak out or you can express it in some other way. Maybe you can make a small chart to or you can make a comic strip, anything. So be a little innovative. See, it's not that because you're talking about video, so everybody should go with video. So make a mix match of a couple of things, right? MYP 5 pass out guys, I want a little more proactive approach from your end and take these your other classmates into confidence, so you can always speak to them and
Yes,
make
sir.
them they have their strength, you have your strength, so combine that and showcase something, right? As I told you, showcase something for the culmination.
And please be a little more active on the WhatsApp group. Use that platform to communicate with each other, to discuss with each other, so that you all are not at a standalone point.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Actually, ma'am, the thing is, they are already unhappy. You are there, I am there. They're telling very soon we will have our own WhatsApp group. Abhi, these people are there, so ठीक है, here we'll only have official exchange of.
They have to have that much of differentiation what they discuss on this group and for what they have their own group, right? They have to show what they are working on.
No, yeah, if I'm correct, they have already formed their group actually. Prashant, they will keep it a very trade secret, but that's okay. That's okay. But when it comes to learning, we have to be a little on a serious note. So I think, see, like Raj sir had shared a lot of things about creativity, activity, and I remember he was telling about like what is cash, what is not cash. Today, Vichitra ma'am was telling a lot of things about observation and all. So how you can pick up certain things, what you observe around you. So take up something. You, I mean, become a mini scientist, become a mini artist, become a mini historian. What Vichitra ma'am was sharing about that scientific methods. The Vichitra ma'am, I actually wanted to tell it was the same as history IAs in
Yes.
IBDP. Only we don't use the word observation. The remaining things are the same. It's just the same.
Absolutely.
So we have just got 3-4 ideas. So what Deepika ma'am rightly told, we'll use the platform. I will post the ideas that is shared by Siddhesh, shared by Riddhi, and I think okay. So we will. I'll post these ideas, and then you can come up with your own things. And Deepika ma'am, I think slowly we'll add also all the. I mean, not all, like the main faculty right now. Like probably we can start with yeah, group 1, group 2 till core and all, even Deepa ma'am and all these so we'll add them and then let's see. Okay, so be
So
prepared for a culmination round on Friday, all of you. Vichitra
yes,
ma'am,
I
anything
have
you
a
wanted to tell
suggestion.
them?
Yeah, the 3, 2, 1 reflection sheet was there on in my slide, right? So that
Perfect.
reflection they can use to create their videos.
Perfect.
So, you know, whatever they have done till now, all the sessions, they can just reflect on the 3, 2, 1 format.
Yes. Correct.
Right.
We can do that, yeah. Okay, fine, ma'am. We'll decide in the WhatsApp group how to go about it, and please pour your ideas and let's see how we can put, how we can execute.
yes, sir.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Fine. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Any other things anyone wants to share? Tell, so please. Otherwise, we'll take a leave. Nandini is there. Anushka, Ajay. Okay, ठीक है.
Anushka, cultural vice captain, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Cultural captain? Riddhi?
Yes, ma'am.
Where is she?
Ma'am, I gave my ideas.
No idea.
Ma'am,
Okay.
right now we don't have much, but we'll discuss all together and come up with a nice plan.
Thank God Anushka spoke. Thank God for this. And where is sports captain gone?
Sports
Nandini?
captain is the most silent.
The most.
I'm not.
I think Sakshi is also there. Ryan is there also.
Yeah, Sakshi. Siddesh, tell Sakshi I want to see her.
Ryan, please
Sakshi,
unmute yourself. Ryan, you are so quiet. I was being told you want to become an entrepreneur in your life, right? You want to build up your own world of business. So take this culmination also like kind of a mini business. So how to execute, how to make it successful. Ryan, where are you? Where is Ryan?
Ryan is, I think. No, sir, is not in the meeting.
Ryan is not in the meeting. Okay, okay. So I think boys and girls catch hold of Ryan. I'll
He's there.
is there. I'll get his number
Ryan,
also.
Priya, and Sakshi is left.
Ria is also there. Yes. Fine. Please, guys, come up with your ideas. Only 2-3 students they shared their ideas. So rest all of you come up with your ideas. We'll make it more active actually. And Deepika ma'am, will please add. I think start adding all the faculty, because anyway this will become an official platform like DP2. They have that WhatsApp group. So
Sure, sir.
add all of them. So
Okay.
let's see.
I will.
Okay.
Okay,
And fine. Thank you everyone. Thank you
Thank
everyone
you.
actually
Thank you,
for
sir. Thank you, ma'am.
right.
thank you.
Fine.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
Yes. Have a great
Thank
day.
you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you, teachers. Bye.
Thank you, teachers. Bye.
Bye bye bye. Atik sir, bye. Atik sir is the last guy to leave.
Thank you,
Right.
sir.
Thank
I
you.
was.
Thank you. Thank you everyone. Prakash sir, Raj sir.
Thank you, sir.